be light, and there was light. So I just really want to complete this information. Of course, that seemed to have been left out on the presentations. Of course, there's always more, but I would like to do this. So I have done a couple of presentations comparing the scripture that really holds Christianity together, where it is said, and he, meaning Jesus, he rose again on the third day. So on the third day he rose again. But I have looked at those words. I have looked at rose again. I have spoken about again. It's not like how we have seen the or understood again is really like, of course, like something has happened, or it's a repeat of an event. So we say that is again. We use that as again, but the word again, I really see it as a gain, meaning a benefit. It's a benefit. So that's how the words are constructed to really give an essence, and that's why it's important that we really look at the word carefully. So and that's how too we lose the essence of the real crux of the matter that we really want to know. So rose, he is actually 13, and he rose. This is what, so basically he rose again on the third day. We have all of that, but the crux of everything is that he rose. He rose, and it was again that he rose. So a whole story is being given there. It's like saying that Christ rose, so because he rose from the dead of the grave on the third day is another meaning to it, but he rose again. Okay, and what did the question as well is what happened? One could say, well, what happened on the third day? We could say he rose. What did he rise up to? He rose A. What is A? A is the middle of the heart. Now, the middle of the heart is where he did the deal or the agreement with the disciples. This is why as well we hear that faith comes through hearing. It is by hearing we have faith, but there is so much to it, of course, because the air is really in the middle of the heart. We could see the word EAR, it's in the middle of our heart. This is why it is said, listen to your heart. So there are two ways of listening. We listen with this air, but we are asked to listen with our hearts. And in the middle of the heart is basically the Trinity of these three lines here. Holding, this is the ladder, the Trinity, or what Christianity is based on here. It's of course it's based on that is like the tower. It's pivotal to everything. It's in the core of the heart. So this is something that I find very useful to understand about the construct of Christianity in this sense. Now, the third day, we have added this. The word third consists of, let's just do this again. This is 20, it's 32, so there is 5. So we had 5 plus 3, 8. Then we had 5 plus 3, 8. So there was a consistency happening here. The pattern was really just right here. And of course we see the pattern of Mother Eve's spell here again. Do we call this a spell? Because it's really directly, again, we are looking at 4 words right here. Rose again and third day. So there is 4 here, plus we've got 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4 words. Okay. And there probably is more to the whole verse, but I had not taken that into consideration. So the point I really wanted to make here is that to also show, which I know I've covered in one of the presentations, but I would like to really show this properly, and because I also notice that there's a pattern with 3, because in Mother Eve's spell of Genesis of chapter 3, so the 3rd verse gives us a very clear indication of the magnitude of 3. The 3rd verse actually is the symbol that carries all the strength throughout all the scriptures. So far, this is what I am seeing. And so it is very dynamic. It is that 3 that begins with 369. It's divisible. 369 is divisible by 3. And so we see our whole journey is 9, of course, and 3 in itself has given us the indication of that which it holds. So it has 3 points to it, and those 3 points, of course, we have 2 curves, meaning is that which I have also, which is also the W. So let's just look at 3 before we complete this point. So 3 is actually the W, and it has 3 points, as I say, but it also is the symbol of the Omega in the Greek. I am just now exploring the origins of letters and so on. So it's that symbol, but it's also like the breast, that which gives nourishment and gives life and so on. It represents the Trinity because it's 3, and it is said that it is Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And perhaps we should say the Holy Ghost there is Mother Eve, because the ghost, of course, is that serpent. We could say that. Let's just look at the word ghost. Ghost, which is 78612. Okay, 78612. This would be 24 plus 3 is 27. So 2 plus 7 is 9. So the ghost is really complete right here. And it's the fact that we've got 2 7s is also indicative of the gods. So it encapsulates the gods as well, the 14 gods. So here, which actually when we pair the gods, or when they are paired, they actually come to 9, and they have their symbols on our bodies, their logos, their trademark, whatever you want to call it, on our bodies. So 7, of course, we have 7 circles to our head and 2 below. So this is another way of looking at that 2 7. So as I say, the ghost. So the ghost, perhaps, wow. So the ghost, of course, ghost is in dark places. Also, the circles are always, the circles to our being is really, like we could say, the dark. You don't know what's going to come out of someone's mouth, the words they may speak. So there is a symbol of darkness in the air, the nostrils, the eyes, and down below we know, of course. So we have this GOST, which is 2 7. And as I say, this is really very much telling what ghost is here in this sense. The 2 7s of the gods, the 2 sets of 7 of the gods, but they encapsulate the nine gods as well, because they pair up, like the blessed God works with the which is the numerical value of 3. So the blessed God and the divided God actually works well together, because that's why there is less in the word bless, because there's division. Okay, So they are paired and they are considered one, like whole. So we have this hair. Air. We have heart. We have covered this. The other thing that I wanted to state here, because one is here in the middle of the air, and I wanted to show that the symbol or the significance of one is actually 7 and meaning whole. So there is 1 7 right here. And 7, the word 7 equals 2. When we do the numerical value for the word 7, it equals 2. So we can see that the ghost is there as well. Now, could we conclude that the ghost, Father, Son, and the ghost, could we conclude that the ghost is Mother Eve? That's a question, because Mother Eve encompasses all the gods. Just as I have said, there are 14 gods. We have seen that the 14 gods, which is the called God, the cause God, the cause God, the called God, the created God, the moved God, the made God, the said God, the saw God, the said God, the ended God, the formed God, the divided God, the planted God, and the ended God, the underbreathed God, and the blessed God. So all these gods that I have called out actually encompass Mother Eve. Mother Eve, as I say, that which is that has brought all these information to us now. It's because Mother Eve has led us to seeing that she is the grand orchestrator of all there is. She is that which existed before any event took place. She is the waters spoken of. She is in the very first word of the scriptures where we read in, there is beginning and end. And so she makes her presence felt right in the middle as well as hair. And of course, I call this gypsy journey, which is 7 as well. So this is also saying this the serpent is on its journey as well. So there is snake, there is serpent. So we could see it's no escape in there. This is why the fox is in the middle, really having to be very cunning and very clever. So back to the main point I really wanted to say. So when we look at excuse me, the word heart equals 7. So this is 8 5 1 9 2. Adding this together, this is 10 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. So the word heart is 7, and we see that we have one hair, meaning this in the core of the heart is the seed of everything the heart entails. So A as having the numerical value as 1, O-N-E, is actually 5 5 6. Adding this together gives us 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So we can see how 7 is actually right here in this whole spectrum right there. Okay, so I felt it was important to really address this, and the one here, of course, which is 7, coincides with the first word that the first word Mother Eve utters, which is let. It has a numerical value of 10. So 10, of course, is 1. So this first sentence equals 12, and so is the second 12, and adding together they become 24, which is 6. And of course we see 6 is, when we write the numerical value for the word 6, is 196. Adding this together is 16. 16 is 1 plus 6 is 7. So I am hoping you can see what I'm trying to say here. Let there be light. So basically the whole spell of Mother Eve is in the core of the heart. When Mother Eve says, "Let there be light," basically Mother Eve has hinged on this 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. And we see how 6 is the number of creation, meaning everything is in the A. And this is why, of course, the male has taken on the A as the alpha role in the heart of any matter in our world. And so we have felt that we have had this harsh or hard line, whatever it is that we have been experiencing. However, there is on the omega, when we do the numerical value for the omega, which I will do another presentation on that, and I have done the alpha and omega. If you choose to tap this in on Crime a Queen, and you will see what has come up. But it's very fitting here as well. So the symbol of omega, in fact, gives us, it is that symbol, which is the W. And now W in itself is also very symbolic in the sense that it is 2 U's. So it's you and it is you right here. We are 2 people right there in this W. That's what free is about. Free is hinging on its mate, and it's like 2 lovers just roaming around. That's what it's about here. And so that W, the word you, of course, if we even look at 2 U's, U has a numerical value of 3. So this would be 6. So we can see the number of man is right there in the middle of the heart, which equals 6. There is another way of also looking at that. The word U equals 7. So 2 plus 7 actually is 2 sevens is 14. Let's just do that. 7, 6, 3. Adding this together is 16. So 1 plus 6 is 7. So you are 7. And this 7 here, of course, is the heart. And it's the earth. So we are the heart, we are the earth, we are all of those things. So the earth is an external representation of the heart, what goes on in here. And I felt this was really a very important point to make. And as I say, if it was 2 sevens, then that would be 7 plus 7 is 14, but it's also coinciding with the 14 gods, and adding 1 plus 4 gives us 5. So we can see Mother Eve in this role right here again as the serpent, which equals 7, as the present. So here we have another interpretation of the serpent in the garden. It was the heart. We could say the heart was the serpent. And it's no wonder I think that is a message that Christ was trying to, Christ conveyed in his teachings when he says, it is in the heart that you find all manner of evil, all adultery, murder, and all those crimes were being stated from it's in the heart. I don't think he said in the middle of the heart, but it's in the heart you will find those things, right? So basically the heart in itself was according to Christ, is like Christ was really getting us to see this message, to see that the serpent was really moving in the heart. The serpent is in the heart, or the serpent is the heart. Okay, of course, the serpent is our heart, because THE, that is we are the. And we are the right there. And we see that there is he and there is also her. So this is another thing that was stated. So the serpent in the middle of the heart, we read about where God said, I will put enmity between you and your seed, or between the seed of the man and the woman, or something to that effect. But what would that really mean right there? That would mean there is a demarcation of something, or a cycling, or a cycle, or a circle. Okay, let's do this again. There is a demarcation. The A is a demarcation of of a new cycle. So basically we would have 5 here and 9 here. ER is ending and beginning, beginning and ending. So that which is in the middle is an event. The seed of the event of whatever would be happening would be between the end, something to have a demarcation that we could understand. So that would be a gift in itself. So the serpent, which is the wisest of all creatures, we could see has is 7 here. We could say is that is the present we have. So in the middle here is also the present. The heart is the present, but its seed is right here. There was something else that I really wanted to point out. So we have seen, we have he, we have her, we have hat, we have HAT, we have RE, re or no, we have rat, RAT, we have heat, HEAT, we have tear, TEAR. Of course, tear, whether it's ripping or crying, and we have those things there. There's another thing I really wanted to do, because that's what it is about. Instead of even looking at all the words, one word, one letter gives us so much information. So I wanted to see how many points we have here. How many points? Just look at the points. So we have 5 points here. We have 3 points. This is another 5 points here. But of course, I do also take these here into consideration. We can also do it without. But let's do this so we can see what the heart is made of right here. If we count these points, I think that in itself also gives us a lot of information. So this is 3, this is 6, this is 3 points, this is 6, and this is 5, this is also 6, and this is also 6. There is something very amusing happening here. We have 3 6s here. So again, we are talking about the mark of the beast, which is right here. The mark of the beast is in HER. I didn't see that coming. So it is in HER. The mark of the beast is in HER. Oh, this is very, very funny. This is really amusing. So basically, again, we could see how 3 6s are 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9, of course, if we did the numerical value for 9, we would end up with 6. This is the cycle. We are meant to turn ourselves inside out to see our makeup. Of course, with the T, it gives us this, there is the feminine omega symbol again, to let us know that really the heart is very much Mother Eve, or the female, because it has got the 7 value. It does have the serpent. It is present. Everything is present in the heart, and it has this is just really wonderful to celebrate. The 3 6s that we have been talking about. So there we have been told. And so the whole story, really, I haven't heard anyone say this directly, that Mother Eve would be, or the female is the beast, or the beast in Revelation is a female, the her. But however, as I have said before, there is also he in her. So we are really meant to work with he. We have done he. We have done this working with he, and we are required now to work with this other. Why do I have 6 here actually? This is meant to be 3. It is not 6. Okay. I'm just noticing this is 3 points, not 6. Okay. I'm still doing, there is something wanting me to do this. Okay. So we have 2 symbols of this here. So we have 2 threes and we have 2 sixes here. And Mother Eve, of course, as the serpent, is right here in the middle. So do we say, okay, let's add this up now and see what we get. So this is 6 free, 6 is 18, 19, 20. This would be 23. So 23 is still Mother Eve as the snake in the heart. Nothing changes basically. So Mother Eve is still there. And so we have 2 sixes here. Perhaps there is a message with these 2 threes, of course, that we are meant to work with to get this other 6 or whatever way it is. But we see there are two threes here, which is that vibration. And I can't help but look and see that as if it needs the A here to have the rat. The A would move here to be the rat, and the rat would be that which would fire up the vibrations to get us really moving and acting accordingly. Okay, getting our acts together. So I thought this was very useful information here. Another thing we could do, let's just look at the time, is see how many strokes we have with this, because I had done this in my early presentations. So we have 2 strokes here. We'll do this here. We also have 2 here. We have 3 strokes here, 3, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 strokes here, Mother Eve, and we have 1, 2, 3 strokes here. Okay, so 3 plus 4 plus, we add this up, so this is 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10, so this is 14. Plus, so we are seeing the 14 gods here again in the strokes, 14. And of course, 1 plus 4 is 5. So the Mother Eve is very present here. This is the waters, because the heart is the waters spoken of in Genesis chapter 1 verse 2. When it says about the waters, anytime we read about the waters, because the heart is where it contains everything. Water contains everything. It holds the memory of everything. Hence, it is said, be careful how we treat our hearts or how we treat water right here. Okay, so yeah, I think that really concludes this presentation. So thank you very much. I hope you like this. If you do like this, please give us a like and of course share. And may I thank you for stopping by and sharing and leaving your comments, which I very much love. Thank you.